I'm Josh with the City of Waupaca, and we are back with another community update. We've got Aaron Jensen from the City of Waupaca, and because of the snow, not much going on with the schools today, so we'll just touch on what's going on here at the city this week. And the first thing, big news, is there was an election yesterday. A lot of incumbents, a lot of uncontested seats locally, but there was also one that was a contested seat for a vacancy on City Council. So give us the recap of what happened on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, it snowed for one, which may have affected the first thing I'll talk about. Our voter turnout was a little down, probably because of the bad weather and the bad roads, especially as we got later in the day. But our voter turnout at the rec center in the city of Waupaca was about 35% yesterday. Barb and Lori, Barb's our clerk and Lori's our deputy clerk, and our election workers did a great job. And I want to just give credit to the election workers and all that come out, because when there is poor weather, they still have to be there. There was no complaints, no one not showing up. So big thanks to everyone who helps with the elections. And you mentioned we did have a contested seat for what was a vacancy from Lori Chestnut, who was one of our council members for a long time, unfortunately passed away at the end of 2023. So this was for her seat, and that was Eric Halverson and Todd Forseth. And Eric Halverson ended up getting a few more votes than Todd. So we're excited to have Eric on board. Actually, Eric, we've worked with him a little bit in the past on emergency management and continue to work with him on some of that, as that's his professional career. And also, I just want to thank both of them for having an interest in serving in that capacity.
It's not often we get contested seats on there.
It isn't. No, it's not. And it's sometimes maybe can feel like a little thankless job in representing your wards and your constituents like that. But I give a ton of credit to all those who are serving currently and those who have an interest in serving. And maybe we'll see Todd in the future. But also wanted to give a little bit of a plug for kind of the process. And I know that, it can be a little intimidating maybe, to sign up and put your name on a ballot and get voted on. But and also, of course, once you get voted on, it's probably a little intimidating to step into a council meeting, and what does that look like? So anyone who is considering it in the future, just know that it's not like you're left out on an island. So like with Eric in this scenario, we'll be sending him a council orientation packet that kind of has the do's and don'ts and what it means to be a city council member. There's a ton of resources through the League of Wisconsin Municipalities. We're going to set a series of meetings with not only with myself, but also with all of our department heads, with any new council members. So they're brought up to speed on what's happening in the departments, what are the things going well, what are the challenges each of our departments have, and kind of how's our strategic plan moving, and how are we executing there. So know that you're not left on an island for anyone who has that interest. And also, if you're not ready to jump right into like an elected official position at city council, we have a number of committees with a lot of different topics and a lot of different areas of interest. So if you think you might want to get involved that way, just contact City Hall at any time. I would love to talk to you about what those opportunities are and hopefully answer any questions you have.
The other thing people can do, all of our meetings are open to the public. If you think you've got an interest, come in and sit in the audience and watch a meeting, or if it's one that we stream on Facebook, watch that as well, just to get a feel for it and what's going on. And that might help someone decide, hey, this seems like something I'd be interested in, or no, this isn't my thing.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that was a great segue as well, Josh. Speaking of watching our city council meetings, our city council meeting typically would have been last night, but because of elections, we cannot have it on election night. So our ordinance states that we always have it on the Wednesday following the election. So our regular city council meeting will be tonight at 6 o'clock. For any who do choose to show up or learn a little more about it. And right before that is our plan commission meeting. Typically our plan commission meeting would be a little later on Wednesday. It's going to be at 4:15, I believe, is the start today. So plan commission followed by city council. A little different this week than typical.
And the other big thing we want to talk about is position was just posted on the city website for a full-time fire chief. And I think a little bit to talk about there. Some people might think, what's happening to Jerry, or what's going on, or what's this all about? And it's a pretty big change for the fire department.
It is a pretty big change for the fire department. It's been something that's been talked about for a long time. So this will be the first full-time position that the Waupaca Area Fire District has ever had. But it's been talked about for probably well over 10 years and more than that. You mentioned the name Jerry. Jerry Duman is our current fire chief, and he has a job. He has multiple jobs. He also serves as fire chief. So, we hope obviously Jerry will still be involved in some capacity, and he's done a tremendous job. But the job is switching to a full-time position, and we have that posted as of, it was yesterday, wasn't it, Josh?
Yep.
Yeah. Yesterday we posted it, and you mentioned it's posted on the city website, and it's I just want to explain the difference here. So it is posted on the city website, and we as city staff are assisting with the process of recruitment and hiring, but it's not actually a city position. The position is hired by the Waupaca Area Fire District, which is the city's a part of it, but so is the town of Dayton, Farmington, town of Waupaca, town of Lind. And then the district does service some smaller areas of other townships as well. But the commission is representative of one elected official each from each of those townships and the city that I just mentioned. So it is a Waupaca Area Fire District position, but because we're all set up as a city to handle payroll, reporting, and benefits administration and all of that, we do have a contract with the district to perform those duties, and it's just easier for us to post it through our means. So long story short, if any qualified candidates are interested, go on our website, see what it's all about, and then also reach out to me. You'll see my email in there with any questions you may have, and as I'm working with the commission to go through that process.
Very good. And I don't know if everyone realizes everything the fire department does. It's just not showing up to house fires or emergencies. They do inspections of all sorts of businesses to make sure they're compliant, educational opportunities. They've got to manage everything going on there. So a lot going on for someone who might be interested.
Yeah, it is. And I'm glad you brought that up, Josh, because another thing that happened in the last couple of years is the veterans home at King. They used to have their own fire department. That fire department has kind of been disbanded from a budgetary standpoint and decision by the state. So our fire department has picked up some inspections and some calls over there. It's a large facility, and calls over the years have just continued to go up and up and up. And as a whole, volunteerism has trended the other direction. And when you work with a volunteer or paid on call fire department, that can be obviously a huge issue. I will say that we are lucky in Waupaca. We have a great crew. Our volunteerism is still pretty strong, and we hope to continue that. But yeah, this is kind of to take the fire department to that next level, and we're excited to be a part of the process, and then we're excited to have that service. Should be shortly.
Perfect. Well, Aaron, appreciate the time to get the community up to date, and we will talk again soon.
Thanks, Josh.